Hello,
Hello there.
and welcome to the first episode of Recipe
For Disaster.
My name is Patterde. You can call me Pat if you like. With me, I have my very good friend and co-host.
Ray, or also known in-game as Paprono.
This is a podcast about Old School Runescape.
Absolutely.
Well, it's hard to imagine that we're gonna have any listeners not familiar with RuneScape, but I guess it's pretty hard to imagine that we're gonna have any listeners at all.
Well, this is definitely a very big if
I know.
in this room. Why are we here? How are we here? For who? For whom are we here?
We don't know.
Who knows? That is one of life's many mysteries. Anyway.
So what we're gonna do today in this episode? Oh, first of all, actually, we're gonna give you a quick overview, like an introduction of what RuneScape actually is.
Yep.
All right. Just in the vague hope that someone is listening who doesn't know.
Just in case if anyone hasn't heard about the amalgamation that is Rune and Scape, not Runescape, RuneScape.
Yeah.
And that is what then, Pat? Tell me.
Oh, wow.
Do tell. I really wish to know.
Well, I'm glad you asked. It's like it hasn't been scripted at all, has it?
Nope.
It is a, what is it? It's a pretty old, massively multiplayer online medieval point and click art.
Children's pixelated medieval game from 2002 actually.
Yeah.
And apparently it's still alive.
It is.
Who would have guessed after all these years, you know?
With some major changes along the way, but it's still there.
Well, it has been through quite a few iterations as well. It started as the classic, just the RuneScape, right?
Yeah. After that came RuneScape 2, which was instead of
2004 or so, yeah.
Yeah, I think 2004. Yep. So instead of like one big pixel, we had now two.
Just a few more pixels. And what the interesting part about this game was, even back in the day, the game was fully browser based. You did not have to download anything.
Yeah, this is something you're gonna hear a lot back in the day because this thing is full of nostalgia for us. I think that's actually one of the things that made me play it in the first place. The fact that it was browser based.
And you didn't need like an Uber PC to
nothing
run it. And imagine the year was 2002, guys. Well, I started actually in 2000. Yeah, I think I started in 2002, like October-ish, or maybe 2003 October-ish. But anyway, it was the event. It was during the Halloween event in like 2002 or 3. And imagine there was no widespread broadband internet. We had, say it, Pat, say the word. We had dial-up internet. Dial-up, imagine. Under 1 megabyte speeds.
Oh wow.
And every time someone called your home landline, it would disconnect. And imagine the horror. You're currently fighting your 5th level 3 man, and someone calls on your phone, and your mom goes to answer it, and you're like, no, don't do it, I'm gonna lose all my bronze longswords, Mom. And nope, she answers it, and you're dead. Everything is ruined. You're 10 years old.
That's your life, like that.
It's just bad.
That is wow. That moms didn't help at all when it came to RuneScape.
But when did you start playing this absolute?
I think I
insane
started. I don't remember. I looked into the history and tried to I don't remember. Like you said, it was October and the Halloween event. Like I have no idea. I just have some vague memories that the sleeping bag thing is definitely there.
wasn't there at first, but it was added to
Yeah.
combat the harding epidemic, RuneScape, and to this day,
Like
they still are fighting with all the bots and
oh yeah, that's
old farmers.
But like
Anyway, yeah.
if I'm not wrong, then I think that the sleeping guy might have been like from 2002 to 4 was the portable. Like before that, I think you had to go sleep in a bed or something. But like this is my guess. I must have started it sometimes between 2002 and 4.
Yeah.
Like that's as far as I can remember.
Because I vividly remember the first moment I saw RuneScape in its glory. The story was that there used to be an e-cafe to play video games in the basement of a cinema called Game Plaza, and I of course played the CS back then, Counter-Strike.
Yeah.
And you could buy access to the PCs by like an hour, 2 hours, 5 hours, and so on. And some like random acquaintance at the cafe just wanted to check his account on this random game, like real quick, just for a second. I'll check it. 2 minutes, no issues. Right then, like, come on, dude, faster. And I remember he was in Umbridge. He was checking out his armor or some shit, and I remember thinking like, what the fuck is this? This game looks horrible. It is horrible. I just want to play CS. I'm 10 years old. Go faster, please. That was my first.
I have no idea. Like, I was like, I never owned a console. Like, I didn't have PlayStation. I didn't have.
Same here. It wasn't really a thing here as well. Like
it wasn't because we're coming from. We're from Eastern Europe, all right. So
okay, chillax on that. So, we're from Northeastern Europe. Okay, yeah.
Like, like buying games was never like a thing for me. So like that's why the browser based thing was a big advantage.
And it was free.
Yeah, it was free, and I
at first at least.
Yeah, but I guess like we had a thing in school where every recess people used to do some like random crazy shit. Like we used to pile chairs together. Like that was one recess. As you did. Like whatever. What else are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Next recess, somebody like we had massive fights with the thing that
someone
erases.
Died. No, it's just there.
Move on. We used to play like war with the things that erase the chalkboard. Let's like throw them at each other and then do the matrix like dodge thing.
Yeah.
And then every now and again we had recesses where someone either played something on the computer. It was like Duke Nukem and something you can get your hands on pretty easily. And I guess like one of those recesses ended up being that someone playing RuneScape.
Yeah.
Because I don't imagine how else I would have known. And like I don't remember the first thing that I thought when I saw like RuneScape, but evidently it was enough to get me playing.
And here you are now.
Here I am now, 20.
Yeah, it's been 21 years basically since the game started.
Wow.
Well, I mean, it started in like 1999 as like the EVS mod, like the thingy, but the actual RuneScape game came out in 2002.
Yeah.
I hope we're correct on that, because otherwise it would be really...
It might have been.
Oh, no.
It might have been 2001, but like who cares? Let's say the early 2000s.
Who even remembers these times?
No one.
Eons ago.
No one is, first of all, no one is going to be listening, so we don't care.
As well. Yeah. But after my experience in the e-cafe, like a few months later, one of my best friends in school was talking about this insane game called Runescape.
Oh wow!
I was like, that sounds familiar, and he was talking about how he had his mithril full armor,
Oh,
a mithril longsword,
what a legend!
a mithril goddamn longsword in RuneScape Classic or just RuneScape back in the day. And I was like, this sounds like a fun thing to check out. So we went to his place and we made me an account, and I was there in Umbridge, in my leather armor, in my bronze longsword, in my wooden shield, thinking, why the fuck can't I equip this goblin hail armor? For what reason can't a person wear an armor made for another fantasy race? That was my biggest question.
And that was your weekend, just trying to figure out, like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah. That's the thing. Nowadays in RuneScape, fucking anyone and even everyone is about EHP and playing effectively and getting experience and stuff. But back then, like, who cares?
Like, I don't think, like, right now you just Google things. Google,
Yeah,
that's
true,
the most
true.
efficient way to do this, and how can I, like, get the quest done and stuff. Back then, we didn't Google stuff, right?
Well, okay, maybe
Did you?
I meant in the sense that, of course, we heard about XP and levels back then
Yeah.
as well, but in general, the feeling about it or going about it was much more like laid back and such, I guess. Well, maybe it was also because we were
Yeah, you were
younger
like,
back then.
you were in basic school. I mean, you were a little shit.
Yeah, much, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we did have sites like Rune HQ, Tip Audit, specific forums.
Like, that
With
was
info about-
never a thing for me.
No, okay.
I just logged in.
How the hell did you do any quests or
I
anything?
didn't. I started Ernest the Chicken
Yeah.
when I got stuck on the first puzzle. I was like, this is not for me. I cannot
true.
do. How
That's
can
true.
anyone do this?
That's true. Ernest the Chicken was the first real skill check in RuneScape. Like,
It really separated, like, who's going to become a player and who's just going to
and the best
wander around.
and the best part was that even with the quest hide, it was insane. Like for like 10, 11, 12-year-old me.
That was you were like in the dark most of the time, just
Yeah,
trying to figure stuff
true,
out
true.
on your own.
You didn't have a Wikipedia.
Yeah, I know. No.
You didn't have any YouTube
No.
videos or guides.
It's a simpler time, different time.
A simpler time indeed.
So you said that your first memory was was that your first memory, or was it just like how you
Which
got
one?
started, like where
You
where?
mean in the cafe? thing?
Yeah. When someone wanted to check their own accounts, is that your first?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
The thing for me, it was listening to Justin Timberlake's "Cry Me a River" and mining coal.
Good choice. Oh, okay.
Mining coal in Falador,
Yeah.
running between the coal mine and the bank, listening to that
Work.
song, and just thinking that I am the shit. Like, this
True,
is
true.
the top of efficiency. This is I am useful to the.
I mean, you did mine coal, so that's a big thing, you know.
I felt so good about myself. I think one of the next memories that I can I can come up with is for some reason, like, this natural resource gathering was a thing for me.
Yes, same here. Like, I think back then my favorite skills were wood cutting and mining.
Yeah,
Most likely, yeah.
I don't know what was it about them, but I was
They were just so chill, you know.
I think so. Plus, for me, I was in, I guess, my mom's friend's house, who had a child who was
And the dog.
sure, who was, let's say, 2 to 3 years younger than me. And that like at that age, like every age gap is like a huge thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
of course.
like if someone's older than you, then they're automatically cool. You just like
Yeah,
can't change it, so you
true.
can't pretty much go wrong. So there I was on
Can't go wrong.
on their like in their apartment, logging into my own RuneScape, mining, and then explaining to this younger kid that listen, like I like boy, do I have like a treat for you.
Look at this shit.
Listen, you can. Did you know that if you mine tin and copper, you can combine them into bronze, and that is real life.
That's actually, I actually had to use that knowledge in school. For some reason, in some class, the teacher actually somehow talked about I think it was in like history, and there was this like Bronze Age topic thingy, and he asked the class, "Does anyone know which two elements or metals make bronze?" And I'm like, copper and fucking tin. I knew it. RuneScape. It schools you every day.
That was something that like completely blew me away. That
Yeah.
that's real life.
It's the same with steel in
Yeah.
RuneScape. It's an alloy of iron and the coal.
Yeah. And that's what I was explaining to this younger
Insane.
kid. Like I was so like enthusiastic. I was so into it. Like,
Yeah.
and I could like there was this kid was like he was sitting next to me, and I could see from his face that he was listening. I am the authority because I'm older, but like
Look
that.
at me. I'm the captain now.
That authority like is decreasing with every word I say. Like he was looking like, listen, man, like I know you're older and you're cool by default, but like you're a fucking noob.
You're such a fucking nerd, dude. Look at you.
So that was my credit, like just out
Yeah.
of the window. But
As soon as you mentioned playing RuneScape while listening to music,
Yeah.
I vividly remember listening to Eminem and slaying hill giants, or what? Yeah, I think so. They
Hill
were
Giants, yeah.
hill giants in the dungeons that are in between Barbarian Village and Iraq, I think. It's the room where you can enter with the brass key.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, I was listening to Eminem. I had my rune chain, my rune head helm, my rune legs, my rune longsword, and my rune high shield. I was absolutely ballin'. I listened to Eminem, and the next song was from Manowar. So I had quite the taste back then.
Damn. That's versatile.
Yeah, I was an absolute maverick at the game, apparently. Who knows?
What a wide base of interest that
Yeah,
kid
yeah.
had.
Yeah.
So Timberlake did the job for me, but also I think right at the time when I was playing RuneScape, like listening to music became a thing for me at all, because
True.
I think that was like I have no idea how the world on average like started listening to MP3s and like when that became a thing. For me, that became a thing right around the time that I used to play RuneScape when I was a kid, and the first MP3 that I had on my computer was geez, what was it? It was the Eastern European, was it Slovakian or some Albanian guys? 3 guys, was it 4? They were on a plane
Which
going
song?
like the Numa, yeah.
You mean Ragostiati
Yes.
Day, which was by the band Ozone,
Yes.
which is from Romania.
Oh, close.
Shout outs all to our Romanian listeners. Ayo.
I used to
That was an absolute banger.
I used to listen to it, like, because that's what I did with my life. I just played RuneScape. Like, I didn't really... I must have had friends, but I don't really remember, like, doing stuff with them. I either watched Cartoon Network or played RuneScape. And when I played RuneScape, I was either listening to Justin Timberlake or that song, and that song was the first one I ever had. I think I listened to it like 1,000 times, literally, because that was the only
Yeah.
MP3. You listen to it, rewind, well, just start again, listen again, rinse and repeat.
Which program did you use to listen to
Which
it?
program? The one that came with the PC, that Windows Media Player.
Oh my god. Are you saying that you didn't use Winamp?
Nah, that came like 4 years later when I was a really slow kid. Like everything,
I mean, that's fine. That's absolutely
everything was kind of so around the corner, and everything was a struggle. It still is, but I've learned to manage it.
It still is, was, and probably will be.
Probably, I mean,
Cheers to that.
Here we are 20 years later still talking about RuneScape. I mean,
still talking about this godforsaken children's medieval pixel clicking game.
Wow.
It somehow still is a part of our lives. But I mean, you can't blame me for bringing it back to you.
Man, I can only blame
I'm
you.
sorry about that. I'm
right.
truly and deeply sorry about for bringing back this godforsaken children's medieval pixel clicking game.
All right, listen. Here's the story. I've been like I'm 30 years old. 30 years old,
yeah.
Right? And I've been living fine, just fine for the past like 20 something years.
For the last 25 years, I've been fine.
I've had hobbies. I've done stuff. I've had a life. I've been fine. Like I didn't need random new stuff to in my life. But here we were. It was a Christmas party. Like we have this gatherings with friends every once in a while. And the last one used to be a Christmas party. We were there. Ray was there
in the sauna.
Just two guys talking, chilling in the sauna. And Ray was like, "Listen, like." This is going to be a big day for me one day. Like, I'm going to max my accounts. I'm like, what do you mean, Ray? Like, what account is that?
Which account? Who's Max?
Yeah, what do you mean? It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like,
and then I opened up the floodgates.
Yeah, he said it's RuneScape. It's like, is that a thing?
Still,
I mean, like, sure, it was the shit when we were children, but, you know, why? 2 days later, paid my first membership.
2 days later, this poor person messages me on Facebook or something like, "Hey, my mining is 75. Okay, dude, like chill out. Like, what the hell is this?"
There is
because the thing is that I also had a huge hiatus from RuneScape from like 2011. I stopped playing mostly when EOC came out. So that's evolution of combat, which changed the combat in RuneScape 2, and it basically paved way for RuneScape 3.
I think I think a lot of the players can relate.
That was my stopping point.
Yeah, because a lot of the first drop in the goblet was when they banned. Well, they just cancelled Wilderness, and then
they banned free trade.
Yeah,
because of the real world trading issues and the botting issues.
Yeah, and then then they introduced gradually the evolution of combat, which I guess changed the game mechanism, the combat mechanism, to something that was like relevant for other multiplayer games like World of Warcraft, but it wasn't the same anymore. It wasn't just like, it wasn't the RuneScape you knew. It was something different.
I mean, it was and wasn't RuneScape, in the sense that, I mean, I can understand their notion of wanting to innovate and reinvent, maybe get more subscribers, maybe get more like hype behind the game and whatnot. But in essence, what for me personally, what was so special about RuneScape was maybe in that sense that that innovation for the sake of innovation, like isn't like always that good, maybe, or me personally. And I like the old combat system. Well, I was mostly burnt out on the game anyway, and it felt like a fitting time to just leave. And I also had like other stuff going on in life, school. It just like fizzled out in the end. In that sense.
I guess it was the same for me, but I must have quit before EOC because I only like learned about it now when I started to catch up on the history and stuff. That's a thing for me that I start a thing, I get really into it, and then more often than not I just kind of quit, and must have been the same for RuneScape, but just that it lasted for a few years. But yeah. It just kind of started playing less and less until eventually I just stopped.
I'd assume that's the same for any players who have been consistently playing who have been consistently playing the same game, and they maybe have like different like interests in all these years. And then how I got back.
How did you get back?
I think any of us have heard and play by now RuneScape on mobile devices, so like phones and pads and stuff. And
we just got our first mobile phones in Eastern Europe like last Christmas. It was a big thing. Everyone's going wild.
That was the first phone in our village. And then the first thing I did was install fucking RuneScape on it.
We just got Miami Vice, and next year we had mobile phones. It was a riot.
Miami Vice, A-Team, all the classics. And one of my friends told me that it's coming out on mobile, and if you install it on your Android or Apple device, you'll get 2 weeks free membership. And I was like, maybe there is something there after all these years. And here I am now.
Here you are now.
Maxed. God damn it.
That's the thing, he is maxed. Like, for reference, I feel that a lot of the Steam in RuneScape doesn't no matter if it's old school or we're going to get into that a bit later. I feel that a lot of the Steam goes into skilling, which is like improving your skills.
I think we should preface this with saying that I might be, or I might have maxed skills in RuneScape, but I still suck absolute ass at the game. I'm sorry for my French, but I'm still absolutely bad at the game. Like hip manipulation, prayer flicking, braids. No. I just want to hit my trees with my axe and yeah.
But listen, I think...
How about you, Matt?
Well, first of all...
How are you doing?
We're not the first ones to discover that the further you get, the less you know. So I think that's just completely... That's how life goes.
That sounds like the human condition, you know.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hell, man?
Where am I? I am a noob. Like, make no mistake. I am I'm
Says a person who got 75 mining in like 3 days after he hadn't played for like 10 years.
That's only that's one of the strange things. Like it's only because I was a kid I was so slow. Everything was such a struggle. I leveled my account further in 3 days than I think I did during my like previous career.
That's the thing I also wanted to mention, that back in the day, the patience to play your account was the threshold was much lower. So back in the day, getting like or the attack seemed like an insurmountable task.
Yeah, it did.
Because it was like thousands of XP per level, and you were like 10 years old, and you played like a few hours a day at most, and you're like 2,000 XP till my next level. God damn, I'm done. I'll just make a new account or quit. Fuck this shit. But nowadays, we somehow persevere.
We do.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. What I do know is that I have mining. Like, why is mining? Actually, no. Smithing now is my highest skill. It's 84.
And he does it in blast furnace. Yeah. Jesus Christ. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
I enjoy it. Close second is mining, which is 81.
Yeah.
And then everything just lags behind. But the reason, like, I have a deep connection with mining because, like I mentioned, that was what I did as a child. Mm-hmm. Mining coal, selling it. That was the way I made money. So that's the thing that rang the most bells when I started playing again. Yeah. Plus, I think that correct me if I'm wrong. When you obviously when you max out, you get a cape. Like when you max like one skill, you get a cape. Yeah.
Yeah.
So far so good.
Yeah.
However, the first cape you get is gonna be different to the other capes you get.
What do you mean?
I should have
like each skill has its own skill cape.
Yeah, no. The cape itself, like I don't know what the particular is, but let's say that it's this particular cape is, let's say, trimmed or whatever.
Yeah.
The first cape you get is going to be different to the other capes you get. Like there's one characteristic with the cape.
Oh, in that sense.
Yeah.
The first 99 skill cape that you get is going to be untrimmed.
Oh, that was what I was going. Yeah.
It doesn't have like the extra colored lines on it, and
but profound. But
my English, yes.
No, I mean so profound that this is like.
In that sense.
Yeah. I mean that this is what I'm going for. Like some.
There is a way to keep that untrimmed cape. If you want to keep an untrimmed cape, then you first have to drop it on the ground before you get the next 99. So the steps are: you drop your untrimmed skill cape on the ground.
The first one as
many as you want. You want 1, 2, 5, 10. You drop them on the ground. Then you get your next skill to 99.
Yeah.
And then the capes that are on the ground, you have to use the skill Hella Grab on them.
God damn.
So if you just pick them up, then they become automatically trimmed.
Oh.
But if you Hella Grab the capes, then they stay untrimmed. And you have to do it every single time when you get your next 99.
Go fig. Like
spaghetti code. Woo!
That's wow. Yeah,
code from 2003 or 4. That's how it works, guys.
My whole account is meaningless now because I thought that.
How so?
I really wanted to get like the first cape, like the first 99. I wanted to get mining just because, like, I wanted to be a tribute to the days gone by.
I was fishing. Yeah.
Yeah.
As a tribute as well.
Yeah.
Fishing was my main moneymaker back in the day.
You used to sell lobsters, didn't you?
Fishing lobsters in Haramja Island on the pier. Who knows? And then you went to Raynor Village. You exchanged them for certs or certificates from a certain NPC.
Uh-huh.
I think one certificate was 5 lobsters. And then you sold those certs like 1k each, 5k each. Yeah, at the same market because there was no grand exchange.
But didn't you like go to the Warwick like central thing and just like physically try to find a buyer?
That was in RuneScape Classic or RuneScape 1.
Yeah.
Most of the food selling for at least like raw food was done right at the NPC that changed your
okay, that was
after
the difference
desserts.
then. Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I think they did sell at other places as
Mhm.
well, like at Avara West Bank. But the main trading ground was at
There.
that was in like 2003 or some shit.
Right, yeah. Yeah, before the Grand
Anyway,
Exchange, I like took my coal, went to Varric, the Central Market,
It was aerial time.
typed selling coal, tried to make the text
That
like
was-
jiggle around in flash colors and do whatever.
I think that was the first foray into economics, and
That
like
was-
hardering for any of us.
That was a huge life lesson. Like, well, the rate is this. You're gonna go slightly below. That will increase your chances. Then I sold my coal, and here I fell into a pattern. Like, I wasn't. Not only was I slow, but I was
addiction.
I was. There was something wrong with me.
Like a cocaine fiend, but your cocaine was coal. I must mine. I have a pickaxe and I must mine.
I'll give you a little insight of what my life used to be. I mined a bunch of coal. I knew exactly like how much I needed to mine in order to get an X amount of money.
Yeah.
Went to Warwick, sold the coal, got the money, bought a rune set for that money. Funny thing is,
200,000 GP or gold pieces, or also known as Kielinor pieces.
That's what it was.
Which is the name of the continent in RuneScape.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it used to take me, a few days. I think full rune set used to take me a few days. It wasn't
days.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Setting
coal.
It took me like weeks easily.
I'm not sure. It was.
But as soon as I caught it and my rune two-hander, oh yeah, I was balling.
I think I don't think that it was weeks. It was let's say
was that in RuneScape 2 or 1?
2.
2, right?
Let's say it took me like 5 days.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Bought the armor, bought the set. I couldn't wear the breastplate because I hadn't done Dragon Slayer, and I was like, I remember.
Goddamn Elbard, man!
I remember
a gatekeeper.
checking the requirements of the quest, and particularly
they were insane back in the day.
They were, especially the thing like remember, to get one piece of the map, you needed to bring a bunch of items to a gate. It was a lobster cage.
And,
it was,
and the gate was in the Warvenhain,
exactly,
under Ice Mountain.
Yeah. So I looked at the list. Was like, this doesn't make sense at all.
An absolutely absurd list of items, but hey, sure.
In addition, you needed to have the telegrab, and that my magic was not high enough. So Dragon Slayer was out of the question.
But you could also buy the second piece from the dude in jail for like 10k.
I guess I didn't know that. I think you could have, but I guess I didn't know. Yes, you could have, because you had a choice between grabbing it and saying that, listen, man, we're goblin or whatever, I really need this map, man. And he was like, oh, sure.
Mister, please, I have 10,000 gold right here, man. Take it. I want the piece. I want to do the fucking quest. I want my fucking armor. Please, take my money.
Did not do it. So instead, I always opted for the chainmail.
Yeah.
Equipped. So I must have had, my defense must have been 40. Good for me.
I mean, the chain did look pretty awesome, though.
It did. But here's the thing. So far, so good. Making money, buying armor,
easy.
Nothing wrong with that. Now is where things get slightly kind of falling into an infinite loop. I took the armor the first day. Like, I didn't even wait. I didn't bank it. I just wore it. Maybe took like a few tunas. Went to the wilderness.
As you do. Oh no. He said that. I believe we're guys. He said wilderness. Yeah?
This is where it's going to get scary. I went to the wilderness. Was there I was there for 10 minutes, got killed, lost all of the items except for the free, like, most valuable pieces.
Yeah. Because you weren't skulled.
Yeah. There was no way I was gonna.
Mechanic when if you're a skulled, then you lose all your shit unless you protect item. Yeah.
I lost my shit, respawned in Lumbridge, and then there was 5 minutes. First of all, disbelief. Like, this isn't happening. I'm not in Lumbridge. I haven't died. My stuff is still there. This is fine, guys.
That his belief every single time I was like, nope.
It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Then when I realized I wasn't fine,
I'm not fine, guys. I'm not fine. I'm crying.
Then was just an intense feeling of dread and despair. This was your life, and you're thinking that it's just slipped through my fingers. Like, all my work. I have nothing. I am nothing.
Literally.
All is gone.
I have nothing. I'm nothing. I will never amount to anything because I have lost these items in the wilderness like a fucking idiot.
And I was so sad.
I mean, at least you hide in the wilderness and it didn't get scammed. Hint, hint. Because I did.
Go on.
This is, I think, for probably any of us, RuneScape was the place where they learned about quite a few things. They got to know the nuances of the English language.
Yeah.
If your mother tongue isn't English, you got your lessons in economics and bartering, in smithing, and also being safe online. Because that's apparently a thing nowadays. Well, not apparently, of course it is. If kids nowadays have all their social media platforms and such, and anti-scam measures, 2FA or something like that. Back in the day, guys, we had fuck all. We were 10, 12 years old. Our passwords were Hunter2. And people wanted to help us in online video games. So, picture me being 10 years old at the Rock Sewers entrance. I was just about to go kill some more, like, goblins, zombies, ghosts, everything. The loot, the XP, the fame, the fortune, right? And then some dude. I was wearing an adamantite full helm, natty plate legs, a mithril plate body because an natty plate was like 10k. Jesus Christ, that was so expensive. 2003, I had an Adai height shield and I think a rune longsword. Not sure. And then some dude chats me up entry entrance. Hey yo, I see that you have some pretty awesome armor, my G. I was like, yeah, I play this game a bit, a few hours. And he was like, hey, what if I change your mithril stuff and your Addy stuff to rune? Like, Jesus Christ, this guy is like an angel from the heavens. This has been an absolute dream of mine for like 10,000 years to get the rune full armor, right? And then in my innocence, this man seems so suave, so trustworthy, right? And I fucking trade him. I trade him my Addy legs, my plate, my myth plate, everything. I press accept. He says, sure, buddy, I'll upgrade your shit rune in like a second. And the second I press the second accept, he fucking logs out. And I'm like, okay, he has to do his like voodoo magic bullshit to my armor.
Like, everyone knows you have to log out to upgrade the armor to rune. Like, that's just common knowledge.
Of course, he just had to put the scripts on, do the Jagex fucking flips,
Yeah.
And after this, I think it was like 5 minutes. I thought, this dude isn't coming back. And such as Pat here, I felt an overwhelming sense of dread and horror. Like, what the hell did I just do? Why did I do it? Please, can I turn back time like 10 minutes? I just want to kill my fucking goblins and my fucking zombies, get my chaos runes, and fuck off. But no, this guy ruined it all. And here I am, 20 years later, still talking about this shit.
Like, when you said it, like, the sensation of wanting to turn back time, like, that was RuneScape.
If only we could turn back time. Oh shit.
Just a
copyright, sorry.
5 minutes, like, no more. Like, everything is gonna be okay,
God
but just
damn
let's
it.
go back 5 minutes. Let's respawn and start over.
Why the hell did you have to mention it?
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh wait, I did.
I'm
so sorry.
No, but for me, that was a one-time thing for you. That was the...
I have gotten scammed in RuneScape a few more times, but not like in that way. Like, it was mostly when I like someone I trusted or something.
Mhm.
But the life lessons that online games in general have taught me, I think it was a nice life school
Yeah.
in that sense.
But then again, I cannot agree because,
So,
like, I completely agree with the lesson, but it was a lesson that I did not learn.
oh, do tell.
For me, rewind. I was feeling dread, like I had just been killed in the wilderness.
Yeah.
Wanted to turn back time, realized that wasn't an option. Then just
Somehow
feeling
sucks.
sorrow, feeling so lonely and so desperate.
And then you put on the Justin Timberlake song and all was fine in life yet again.
10 minutes later, like
God.
a little thought kicks in. Like, listen, it wasn't that hard. Like, you can just mine some more coal. Like, you have a few levels of upgrade since, like, you'll mine it last. I mean,
Absolutely.
you keep on going.
Just do it again.
I took like a day to digest the thing. Then was like, yeah, sure, well, why not? Let's do it again. Like, what else am I gonna do? And that was, I think, one of the ways to overcome the sadness was just to jump right back into it and try again. So I tried again. Sold my coal, bought the armor, got the armor. What did I do? I went to wilderness.
Yet again.
That was rinse and repeat. And that was the thing. That was the main thing I did on RuneScape.
Yeah.
Collect money by mining coal. That was the reason. That was the only reason that my mining was so high. Go to wilderness, get killed, start over.
That sounds like a loop and a half,
And I don't think, like, I never broke out of it for as long as I was a kid. And for as long as I played back then, that was the only thing I did. I didn't quest. I didn't, like, obviously I didn't raid or anything. Just mine coal, bought some armor, and died.
The circle of life,
That is just sad.
I might say even.
That is just sad.
But did you happen to have them embers back then?
No.
Yeah, same here.
No, you didn't. Neither.
No.
But did you? Oh, because can you fish for lobster without a membership?
Yeah, sure.
You can.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Lobster and swordfish. But the thing was that if I had gone to my parents and said, "Hey, could you pay this subscription to a video game every month that costs like
$5, I think.
$5,"
Yeah.
they would have told me to fuck off.
Exactly the same for me.
Somehow, like, all this online shenanigans, that wasn't really a thing here back in the day.
Like, we both had pocket money,
Yeah,
Sure.
sure.
but it didn't, like, even that was like, listen, Mom, I have $5 or, like, however, like, whatever current, whatever. I have $5 here. Listen, Mom. So I'm gonna give it to you, and can you pay for my membership? That was never an option because my mom would have looked at me like,
Who are you?
"You're gonna grow up to be an alcoholic." No.
What's wrong with you?
So no, never had membership.
Yeah. I mean, I had membership through some friend. Well, I played on a friend's account for a bit, which had membership. But on my own accounts, I ever had. Yeah, well, when I was in high school and one of my classmates, we shared an account. Oh shit, I said it. We shared an account. And
Thin ice, my friend, thin ice.
and we changed, or like every month one of us would pay the membership fees.
Oh,
Like in that sense, so we kept it going in that sense. But back in the day when I was a kid in RSC or RS2, I was a purely free to play player. Yeah.
yeah, same for me. But how is it with you now? Like you mentioned that when the update was introduced, where you could play RS on your mobile or your tablet,
Yeah.
you got free membership for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Fair enough. After that, you haven't invested any money, have you?
No. I have.
Like what was the how like what
I
you
have
started from scratch,
yeah,
didn't you?
I have sustained my membership through playing. Yeah.
Yeah, right, but you started from scratch. Day one, membership, everything's one.
No,
No?
that was the funny part. I've been playing on an account which apparently in the meantime, while I wasn't playing, was hijacked,
Yeah.
botted on,
Oh, lucky you.
then banned, then unbanned, and somehow it kept the stats. And it had like 82 fishing on it. But looking at it now, that it might have not been the wisest idea to keep playing on and level and max an account which has already been banned once. I don't know if that's a bit iffy for some people, but to be honest, when I started RuneScape again, I did not think that this will last.
Yeah, none of us did.
And I did not think in a million years that I would even have a 99 in a skill, because it has been like a lifelong dream, basically from a really young age. Like even a skill like level 60 was basically like unattainable back then.
It was. It really was.
And now we're here yet again.
But so, like, when you started again, like, what?
So, yeah, when I got the free 2 weeks, I started fishing, of course.
You started fishing.
I started fishing my good old bread and butter. I had a fishing level. I went fishing for sharks at first.
Uh-huh.
Then I got the angler's outfit.
Yeah.
Which was an absolute pain in the ass.
But wait, did you get it with the what was that? The Mauritania?
No,
no.
It's a mini game, like a fishing trawler or some shit. It's called.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was thinking of the lumberjack outfit. Fishing
Yeah.
trawlers. It was tedious.
And I still don't have the fishing gloves.
You don't. I just I took the tank.
That's a meme.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There are no fishing gloves or any angler gloves. So
oh, fuck me, you're right. Oh my god.
And then I went.
Son of a bitch.
And
I
then
fell
I
right
went
into that one.
to fish hinnows in fishing guild, which you can exchange for sharks.
Mm.
And so I made my first mills through absolute no-lifing of fishing. Then I did a mixture of barbarian fishing and hinnows to 99.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all snowballed, basically.
Do you remember how much was the bond? Like, how much did it cost when you started?
Yeah, that's the funny part. I think when I started, the bonds were like 2.5 mil.
Oh, what a day!
2.5, 3 mil. Nowadays they're like what?
Seven-ish.
6.57.
Let's say in between 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So for reference, a bond is something like back in the day, the only way you could be a member was to cough up some money. That was
Monthly.
it. Yeah.
A subscription.
You can still do it today.
Yeah.
It's just that you have the option of buying a bond, which you can obtain either with real-life money or in-game money. It's just that the toll of the in-game money is pretty hefty. So, like you said, it was like 7 mil. 7 mil. Like, obviously, like the more advanced your account gets, the easier it's gonna be to amount to 7 mil. But it's still, like, especially in the beginning, it is a struggle.
If you don't have like an established account or like a skill or like a money maker, then 7 mil, I'd say, even nowadays is actually like a decent amount of money. Well,
it is, especially if you just like want to play the game and you don't wanna because there are like so many ways to make money in the game. If you just want to play and have fun, then that's not necessarily your priority. So that's why.
And making money in free to play is Jesus Christ, man. It's just sad.
Why would? Well,
I mean, it's just deadly. Basically, they would just die on the spot. Well, I mean, not to scare away any new potential players who all the thousands who might be listening to us, right?
Jagex is sponsoring this video. Go get the membership.
this is sponsored by Raid. Oh, okay, sorry, not Raid. Anyway, if you want to make a bond in free to play, then you really have to want it in that.
You really do,
because the worlds are limited. The ways to make money in free to play are limited. There's a lot of bots.
Essentially, everything is the struggle is real, and it will be so much more real in free to play.
But somehow back in the day, we played that way.
I guess I've no memory of how it used to work out, but I would guess that you had a lot less member content back in the day.
I mean, depends on what you mean by less, because the scope of the world and the quests, okay, sure, there's a lot of new content added after 2007.
But like 2003, 4, I mean, you...
Yeah, true, I guess. That, I mean, the membership also used to cost a lot less. It used to be like £5, $5, €5
per month. Yeah.
Nowadays, I think they recently raised it to like 13, 12. Depends on your currency.
I don't remember. It was, let's say, between 11 and 14 euros per month.
Yeah, that's quite the price hike in the few years it has been out.
But it's admirable, like how you never paid any real life money for the membership.
I don't know.
Like it hasn't worked out for me.
Yet. Well, I mean, you said you had a green cash tag by now, so you.
But I have actually no. Now I think I'm fine because I used to my original plan was never to pay because I joined so much later than the release of iPhone and iPad, which was anyway your like portable devices, which was 2018. I
smartwatch.
Coming soon. I joined a lot later, so I still had to pay for my initial membership. Afterwards, I bought the next 2 weeks in bonds, but after that, I was having too much fun, and I didn't really want to invest so much time in just purely making money. I wanted to.
Did you just say the F word?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I am not professional.
He said fun. This game is fun, guys.
I'm not playing professionally, so I feel that I have
Look at you. It's fun for him.
It soon won't be. You know why? Because
I'm just kidding.
No, this is not a joke. I mean, like I was really pleased on reaching 84 mining. I was really pleased with myself, and I was like, you think the maximum level is 99, you get to 84, you think that surely this is the numbers are so close together. Like most of your
And
work is
you
done.
aren't even halfway, my friend.
Like by the time you get to 85, you will have achieved 25% of
Fuck
the
all,
total
basically.
experience needed to
Just-
reach 99.
Do it again 3 more times. Enjoy.
So it's not going to be as much fun, I'm sure. But
Always remember, kids, half of 99 is 92. Not like 50 or 49 and a half. It's 92.
so I just like maxing for me. That was. I don't think that as a child that was even a dream because it seemed so unattainable that maxing is
Absolutely
something that
insane.
it's not even like under the question. Like it's off the table.
The funny part is that the original developers of RuneScape, the Calware brothers, also didn't think that anyone would ever hit 99
That's
in
true.
a skill, and that's why they made the number so absurdly high. And yet here we are.
I think it didn't take like long at all for the first person to achieve a 99.
People hit it in like insane times.
Yeah. And
they were like absolutely flabbergasted about it. Like, what's wrong with you people? We intentionally made a number we thought was so insane, and yet here we are.
Why would you? But you would. Like, if it's there, you would.
Absolutely. That's human nature, right?
That's
If you have a goal, then just do it, lol.
Speaking of goals, what is your next?
Currently, I'm on the eternal grind of a fishing pet, the goddamn heron. I'm currently fishing heron ones. I'm at like 19 million XP in fishing alone, and still no end in sight. But then again, I have seen people with like 40-50 million XP, still no pet, so I'm fine. I'm golden. I'm sailing on smooth seas.
Oh, well, but what pets do you have?
That's a good question. I have the
You sent me a
craft.
picture the other day.
I have the room crafting pet. The skilling pets I don't have would be easier to say. I don't have Hangleroot for farming. I don't have Heron for fishing, and I don't have the Rock Golem for mining. And the only reason I did, and I even started on 99 mining, was to get the goddamn Rock Golem. And nope, I did not get it. So, and on skilling pets, I just got the Orcath pet.
Yeah.
Orky. And then I have the Hella Puppy from Cerberus.
Right, yeah.
And the pet for Kraken as well.
So quite a few.
Quite a few, yeah.
You have them running around in your little house and
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Of course.
I have a whole menagerie in there, yeah.
Right, yeah. Yeah, no pets for me. But
Hello,
which makes sense.
My friend.
Which makes sense because my overall XP is just shy of 10 million.
But that's the fun and magical part about pets, that you could get it at any moment.
Pretty much, that's statistics.
There are people that have got them as pets on the first KC. That there are people who have gotten pets on level 1. It's insane. It's a whole playground of insanity in that godforsaken children's medieval video game.
I'm kind of
yeah. What are you up to? You're just doing like blast furnace for cash?
I mean, realistically, I want to get one level of smithing, bringing me up to 85, which would allow me to smith rune bars. The reason is that they offer better. It's a better source of making money, and that is the main way I make money right now. I am not gonna go back to mining coal. I mean, no. No.
coal mines for me, boss.
And I've kind of deliberately kept my combat skills fairly low. So, like, bossing is out of the question. That's not gonna. Yeah, it's gonna come, but
I mean, realistically, doing like solo PVM content like Orcath or Salrock,
yeah,
that doesn't need that much.
actually it doesn't. But I really like. I guess my number one goal is to get 85 smithing. Go for the rune.
Nice,
Uh,
good choice.
And next long-term goal would to get 99 mining. And it's gonna take. I for some reason I hate the Motherlode mine. It's just I'm not
I
enjoying
loved
it.
it. Such a nice place.
I don't. And I'm
So relaxing. I watch so many shows, so many TV shows I've seen.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about it, but I'm very hopeful that mining is gonna be the first 99, and well from there on, well, I'll be like, yeah, it's gonna take me God knows how long, but on the way there, I'm just gonna level up. I guess I'm trying to level up overall the skills that are considered more difficult first, just for the joy of leveling up something easier in the end.
Later, yeah.
That's gonna be like if you, I don't know, from your plate you eat the stuff you don't like first, and then reserve the others you do as a treat. Yeah. That's my reasoning.
Well, I mean, this might sound insane and make a lot of people mad, but the last skill I got 99 was Slayer.
What a shocker!
Because I have always despised Slayer.
Why?
The skill is so slow.
That's true. It's
and it's your basic MMO go kill X. Oh, of course, combat is awesome. Healing shit is awesome. You get GP, XP, and whatnot. But the skill itself, for me personally, it has always sucked ass.
Would you say this is your least favorite skill in Old School Runescape?
I think that spot is shared by Construction and Slayer.
Construction and Slayer.
Yeah.
The top of the shit pile.
The top of the shit pile. This might be heresy for some people, but it is what it is.
No, I think
Construction at least was fast.
If you have the money for it, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But there's no way of getting around Slayer.
I understand all the merits of the skill.
Yeah.
It absolutely makes sense, but for me personally, no. God, no, please, no Slayer. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that overall, if you're talking about the skill that people have reached 99 the first with, like the first skills reach 99, the Slayer is without a doubt the least likely.
I don't know actually, because I think top one was cooking, that people get first.
Really? No, I mean that how can I say this? The skill that you get to 99.
Yeah. Yes.
Slayer is the least likely. Least likely. You're never gonna get 99 in Slayer first of every skill that is out there.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, which makes sense because you need to train other skills to get Slayer. So.
Yeah, it surely takes a lot of time to get there and to do Slayer efficiently. Yeah. Goddamn Slayer, man.
I don't know. I'm still kind of on borderline having fun. But I'm such a low level too, so the
I mean, I might have cast it myself in the end with Slayer.
Yeah.
That I actually did enjoy some of it when the tasks were like Agonauts or Halfites, which were fast tasks, fast XP, nice. How next?
Mm-hmm.
But in general, the skill itself, yeah.
It's super slow. There's no way getting around it. It's even with all the buffs and the gear upgrades. It's
If
really
you
slow.
have a decent block list, if you have the cannon, and if you have the points to skip shit tasks that you don't like, then it's doable. It's manageable.
Yeah.
Apparently,
so we've heard.
Some people say that it's doable.
Some people say. Well,
Yeah.
anything else you want to add?
I don't know. It's been a journey, and somehow I'm still buying bonds and still playing this game. Even if in essence I've basically completed all my goals. Well, there's always stuff to do in RuneScape in that sense. I don't have the Infernal Cape, I don't have pets, I haven't done many raids.
You had the fire cape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Took me 3 tries. That was also very nerve-wracking.
I imagine it was, yeah. Like, I guess it's about time that we sum up the podcast, yeah?
At least the first episode.
At least the first episode. No. I wasn't thinking about the whole thing.
Hey guys, this is our
This
first and last episode. I'm Ray, this is Pat, and see you later, nerds.
Never. I was thinking before deciding to do this episode, this podcast in general, I listened to others and got kind of motivated, or at least the courage to do something on our own. And I really love the material that's out there. And the example I want to bring is the Wilderness podcast, where must have been a few weeks ago, they brought up the question to the listeners on how RuneScape has bled into your everyday life. And they had people calling in and submitting various answers. And like neither of us had, we didn't manage to submit our own answer, but I think this is our chance to say our bit. Like, Ray, how has RuneScape bled into your life?
I'd say in the terms, I'd say that RuneScape, next to Cartoon Network, was my main source of learning English back in the day. So I guess I can owe my knowledge of the language to this game and maybe others. In that sense. If that's what you're asking.
Pretty much. But have you had a moment where you kind of looked at real life with from the lens of RuneScape? Like made
every time I see a lobster, man, I think about that goddamn 200 GP search. I want that.
That's exactly what I thought.
Every time, man. Goddamn lobsters.
Goddamn lobsters, man. For me, it was because I'm in the blast furnace, and to be in the blast furnace, you're gonna need 2 items. You're gonna need the coal bag, for which you're going to need to spend some time in the motherlode mine. The coal bag just holds a bunch of coal, so you have more space of inventory. Mm-hmm. And the other thing are ice gloves, because when you pick up the bars from the furnace, they're going to be smoking hot, and there's no way you're going to sacrifice your little hands on taking these bars. So you're going to get ice gloves. Otherwise, bars. Yeah. Otherwise, you're going to have to run over to a bucket, and there's no way anyone's in their right mind is going to do that.
Well, some people do it, I guess.
Not me. So, the way you get ice gloves is by defeating a very low-level Ice Queen. For me, since my account is fairly low-level to begin with, the Ice Queen seemed like a pretty big thing. And the whole acquisition of the gloves, that was a journey on itself.
But somehow I remember a kind benefactor
Exactly.
supplied you with some bones.
That was another thing. Like, I guess Ray
Who was
just.
it?
I wonder who. Like, after Ray had
wonder
introduced me to Old School Runescape, I think he just, like, and when he saw that I was actually playing, I think he just felt bad. So the first thing he gave me was a dragon pickaxe. He said, "Man, take it, get on your way, do your thing." It was a huge. I'm still using it, obviously.
It's still there, man.
It is, and the other was that my prayer was I hadn't skilled prayer at all till he.
In essence, I just decided to ruin his game by getting him protection prayers from the start, which hate me or love me for it, but I felt that I needed to help this man somehow.
Listen, I really needed the ice gloves, and I had no ways of making money prior to the blast furnace.
This man was absolutely hell bent on doing blast furnace as his moneymaker. I was telling Pat, "You're absolutely insane. Don't do it. What's wrong with you, man?" He said, "No, I need ice gloves, and I need them now."
And that was the way I got him. Like, getting these dragon bones brought me to the point where I could get protect from melee, which is a
43 prayer. Yep.
It's going to be very hard to do anything without it. I went to I stocked up on some fish. I went to the little dungeon where the Ice Queen is. Got killed the first time. Like, what do you expect? Like, I didn't know how to pray, or like, I didn't know anything. Came back the second time. There was my grave. I took all my stuff, took the fish.
Here lays Pat. He's dead.
Next, I cowered behind a bunch of rocks, like trying to figure out how I'm gonna kill the Ice Queen. And then these two guys walk in.
With actual people?
Actual people, yeah. I was there by my own, trying to...
Players?
Yeah, players, trying to figure out how I'm going to get past this queen. Two people walked in discussing, they were so much higher levels than I was. And for them...
10.
15. Killing the Ice Queen and the soldiers she has around her, there was just a breeze. Left and right, everyone died. I think...
a massacre.
It was a bloodbath. And there was me...
Ice.
Just shivering in the corner. I was like, "Hey, listen, guys, do you mind if I get a go with the Ice Queen?" It's go ahead, man, knock yourself out. And
Let me at her, chief.
The first few seconds in, they realized that I was not in a good way. I was getting my ass handed to me. So I guess they felt sorry for me. They started, teaching on listen, man, you really need to flick that prayer, otherwise you're gonna run out. I was yeah, I'm trying. So I guess they taught me the basics of prayer flicking. I think I had to run away for a while.
Don't you just have to pray melee in there, though?
I did, but the fight took so long that I would have run out of prayer 5 times over.
Did you take any prayer potions?
Of course not. I didn't know what a prayer potion was. That was the beginning.
I might have missed on telling him to take prayer pots as well. Or
really need to do your homework on who you're talking to.
God damn it.
I didn't know anything, and I think I had to run away for a while. Then they traded me some sea urchins or dark crabs. Then I ran back again. They were motivating me, and they were spurring me on. At one point, I got a random event. I think it was the sandwich lady. It's listen, listen, but
have this baguette.
Listen, Pat, why are you ignoring me? I was for fuck's sake, go away. This is not the time to be selling me sandwiches. She was really persistent. Eventually, I killed her, the Ice Queen, not the sandwich lady.
Good.
Picked up the ice gloves, was happy as I was pleased with myself. Let me tell you, they offered me a teleport out, and that was the story on how I got ice gloves. And
luckily, it wasn't a teleport into the wilderness.
That would have been a dick move. That would have been
classic RuneScape, though.
So it's just the story. It was such a hassle for me to get the gloves, right? And there I was in real life this time, walking back from the gym one day, when I saw it was cold outside. It was winter, and I saw this guy with these bright blue mittens on, like bright blue gloves. First thought in my head was, "Listen, man, you had,
You had the ice gloves?
obviously you forgot to take off your ice gloves after leaving the blast furnace." I mean,
You absolute imbecile.
I was this close to actually going up to him and telling him, "Listen, you have your gloves on. Like, you don't want to
Mate.
lose these." It was such a hassle getting them. Like, if you die, think of it, you're gonna lose them.
If you die in real life. That's how it is.
That was because I guess I get really into like whatever I'm doing in game, and this isn't the first time. Like back in the day when I was playing San Andreas, GTA San Andreas,
Good old game.
they had missions where you needed to respray your enemy clan tags.
Tags, yeah.
Yeah, and they were hidden all around the city, like under
Under
the
the
bridge
yeah.
and wherever.
On walls and stuff.
So wherever I saw it, took out my can, resprayed it. Sometimes later in real life, saw a graffiti. I was like, "Where's my can?" Need to respray that thing.
These goddamn ballast fools.
Until so that's my answer of how RuneScape has bled into my life.
Yeah, it seems that this game is all
omnipresent, isn't it?
literally. It has apparently affected all facets of our life since the beginning, and it is still now.
I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon, especially with this project in hand. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if RuneScape was to be deleted tomorrow, then I guess we'd have no reason to do an episode 2, right?
I would have to. Well, it would be a different life, that's for sure.
Sad life. A truly sad life.
I think I'd had to get a job.
Again.
I don't even want to think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the time to end.
On this note, it's been a pleasure.
It has. Let me tell you, I'm so glad you gave the okay of jumping on board.
When you first proposed the idea, I was like, why? Why even do things in life? And I thought, I play this game. I'm a fucking nerd. I like talking. Why not? Especially when there's like an interesting topic to talk about. There's time. There's good company. Yeah, sure.
No, I'm really glad. It's
yeah.
I was I think this is the best. I'm just really pleased that you gave the green lights and
I'm still truly sorry I talked about
you
RuneScape
little shit.
on that evening. I did not expect this at all.
Well, me neither, obviously.
I was just reminiscing about the old times in the sauna, and next thing you know, this guy's 75 mining. Hey Ray, let's make a fucking podcast. I'm like, what the fuck? Where did this come from, man?
So
but I'm happy about this. It's fine.
Me too. And this is what happens if you go to the sauna.
And this is what happens when you go to the sauna.
Life lessons.
Life happens in the sauna, guys.
Take care and
anyway,
speak to you later.
Laters.